come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Washington Huskies, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Carr. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Sun Devils offense will go on the attack first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off a defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense.
Going for a big play right off the bat. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. When you reach this point of the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Right on the money. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Arizona State.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on fourth down in his own territory. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
There are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on fourth down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared. And he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The Sun Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And the Sun Devils, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Now the play fake. Got out of trouble and throws. It's caught.
Hey, quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Boy, they love... the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Arizona State.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've got the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like it, scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Washington's offense will get the ball for the first time. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Makes the catch at the 35. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got it in the middle. It's Carr. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48. The Sun Devils want to move quickly.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Quickly complete. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
He fights off a defender. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Man, that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
And the Sun Devils looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Off the play fake. Extending the play. It's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. How about this running back dragging a toe and getting it inbounds?
Showing off the wide receiver skills. You know, running backs are so talented nowadays, and you split them out as a wide receiver so much, and he showed it there. He could play wide out easily with a nice catch, nice awareness.
He caught it. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Wow, already up to 250 catches for his career.
That's a lot of catches. How about the consistency of this young man, the durability, the toughness? He's got all those characteristics, Palmer.
250 catches is impressive, too, because every...
Touchdown, Sun Devils! Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Davidson. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on second down. It's complete on the right side. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Washington sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Pulls and fires complete.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
That third down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Give to the running back. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Got a man, it's Harris. Chopping up this defense. Got it all the way down to the 23. Washington wants to go quickly. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he can't hang on. Almost had the interception, and this guy makes so many big plays, but couldn't come up with that one. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. Now the lead is down to 11.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the red zone, looking for a space. Gets rid of it. Firing to the right, complete. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The play action fake. Scrambling away. fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Give to the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. In the dead center of the field as they try to convert this 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Carr. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. He's got it down the right side. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Gets it to the back. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
Can't get him to the ground. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Davidson. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Here on third down. They'll send the back in motion. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Quick strike complete. There he goes. Made a defender miss. He's at the touchdown, Huskies. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Behind the chains now on second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Got a man, it's Carr. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? The give to the fullback. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
I know there are some people that say, no, in your own territory, you punt the football, you be conservative. No, sir. 4th and 1, I'm hitting the gas. All gas, no brakes. I'm going for this. I prepared for it all week. Nice job by the offense getting the first down on 4th and 1.
To the air on first down. Looking deep down the right side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
And that's a good idea for this defense. I would be covering him too because he's already had a day's worth of yards. The big play out wide, man, they are finding him and he's making productive plays. So good job by this defense recognizing that guy's not beating me anymore.
And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Takes it the other way. He's at the... And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Huskies.
I love this free safety and how he plays center field. And oftentimes, he's able to bait QBs into bad decisions. He did it right there. Made the quarterback think he was dropping one way, put his foot in the ground, got in front of that pass, and then showed you the wheels, returning it for a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Mitchell. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Sun Devils are in the hurry up. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Snatches it on the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Arizona State!
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown catch.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Pulled and finds his man on the left. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out quickly. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow in 2nd and 7. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. It's Davidson. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Leaves it with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. Slips one guy, now he's loose. And he eluded the defense. And get all the way. Touchdown, Huskies.
And I'm not going to say that was a must score, but that was a must score. And this offense delivers right before the half. Everything's starting to pick up. Hopefully now you've built some momentum. You cut it to a 2-score game. Got to build on this momentum in the 2nd half.
Washington, 24.
On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll run it from the gun. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there today in Tempe than you do? And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
And the Sun Devils will kick it off to start the second half. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Trying play action. Wide open downfield. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Washington right back to the line.
That's a really good-looking throw right there, and that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball than Warren Moon did. Tightest spiral I've ever seen. That right there reminded me of old number 1.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Snap. In the end zone to give them 6. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. And after that last score, this is just a two-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
How ridiculous is it that this guy has now thrown for over 5,000 yards on the season? We've still got games to go. This guy is putting up video game type numbers.
Off play action. Fires to the tight end. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Dropping back, it's Davidson. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Really nice timing on that out route there. Good anticipation by the QB, getting it out on time. And how about the receiver securing the catch, tapping the toes before he went out of bounds?
Tries to slither forward on the sneak. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And that's a first down.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
And the Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Caught. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. A full dive. Haul that one in. Washington wants to go quickly.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's in incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. That took every ounce of leg strength he had to sneak that one into the left corner. That'll trim the deficit to 15.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They'll leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
The Sun Devils will go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Rolling right and going deep. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Showing the arm strength to the left. Pulls in the deep ball. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. Quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants. He is not afraid.
Touchdown, Arizona State! And the stomping has commenced.
passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. Found his open target. Accurate throw in 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Davidson. Lost one deep down the right side. He's got it up to 30. Off to the races. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the... And he'll take it in. Touchdown, Washington. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Oregon State has the lead right now, but this Research Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 5 over Texas Tech. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Makes the catch. It's Bumble. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Sun Devils want to crank the tempo.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
The Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. It's complete. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Wants to pass. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And the route is on.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the hands, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Final play of the quarter coming. Dropping back, it's Davidson. Immediately fires to the middle. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Nice move to keep running. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He breaks a tackle. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Finds a tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Line getting set on second down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short.
Turning it on. It's complete to the left. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield, it's Davidson. Snagged out of the air. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, running back on the move.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got his man. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19. The Huskies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Quick completion to the right.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Another incompletion on third down.
I love it. Defense not surprised, right? Like 4 verticals. This is a play when you want to take a shot down the field. They're ready for it. They got the big lead. They know the pass is coming. Really smart defense.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And the Huskies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Touchdown, Huskies! And they take it in for 6 more points. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. To the air, it's Davidson. Fires to the wideout. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just gravy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they missed an opportunity for a nice play on first down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this guy has had himself a day. Already over 100 yards receiving in the game, so no wonder the quarterback's looking his way, and no wonder the defense now has finally figured out they're trying to throw it to him. So we got to cover him. We got to knock balls down and force incompletions.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Converts on 4th down, still going. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And, man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down. Gonna look downfield again. Here comes the heat. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big.
Makes the catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Davidson. Makes the grab.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. The short hands, it's Harris. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Grab near the sticks, it's Harris. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Using the quick game. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Huskies will hustle to the line. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Pressure coming. And they get it to him, and down goes the quarterback, and you just cannot afford that in this spot. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Skips away from pressure. To the 10. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Huskies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back You've got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Back to pass, it's Davidson. The pressure gets to him. Quarterback is sacked, and the two-point attempt is denied, and the lead stays right where it is. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front get some push, and ball security, David. That's a premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Motion from the back. Hand off to the fullback. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know, if you want to run the ball up the middle, you're going to have to block that guy. I mean, nobody even touched him, and he slanted right into the backfield, made the tackle for loss.
Making side adjustments here. Now the play fake. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle? They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. He wants to throw it. Touchdown, Arizona State! Quick strike through the air for the score. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of...
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Going right to work up top. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're dealing with a second and long. Quarterback making checks. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. He's not afraid to go deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. Off the play fake. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive.
Offense is stopped. Will be returned for on downs.
Scanning the field, it's Davidson. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Encroachment defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. I'm sure the offense happy with that free 5 yards. Now it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
He makes the fair catch at his own 8-yard line, and that might have kept him from being backed up even further.